9/11, the anniversary of 9/11. And I've been watching it on television today, and I don't know about you, I can't help but be stirred and profoundly moved. And I think, like everybody, I was remembering where I was, which happened to be in the air. I had taken off, I think around 8 o'clock, for Omaha. It was the last Warren Buffett charity golf tournament. It was my second or third year to be invited to play in it. And I was, at the time, experiencing very severe hearing loss, and I had not yet lost enough hearing that would permit me to qualify for cochlear implant surgery. So I was getting by with hearing aids, and they weren't doing the trick. I mean, I was able to hear noise, but I wasn't able to comprehend speech very well. So I guess about an hour and a half into the flight, pilot comes back and says, the World Trade Center has been hit, and we have to set down. Air traffic controls ordered every aircraft in the sky to be down in 45 minutes. At the time, I didn't have satellite TV on the airplanes. I had no idea what any of this meant, and the details were scant. World Trade Center has been hit. I didn't know once or twice, didn't know the details. All I know is that we had to sit down, and 45 minutes did not give us enough time to get back home. The nearest airport home that we could get to in that 45 minutes was a small airport about an hour from here up in North Florida. So we landed, rented a car, drove back, and I can't understand what's being said on the radio. As we're driving, I'm heading back here to the studio, but I've got people trying to tell me, but I can't hear it. I couldn't understand nothing on the radio. And the people with me in the car were trying to explain it to me, but it was just really tough. I was able to understand enough that it was really bad. The fact that we were ordered down out of the sky, and everybody else was too, was indicating it was very, very bad. And it finally rolled in here at around 2:30, 2:45, maybe a half hour, 20 minutes left in the program. And that is the first time, when I got in here, it was the first time I'd seen pictures. So it was, 5 hours after it happened. And I was, I'm shocked. I had every emotion, anger, sorrow, sadness, disbelief, curiosity, everything. All these emotions just firing off instantly. And I sat down here, and I was trying to make sense of it. Did the last 20 minutes of the program from the guest host that day. And that, by the way, was the day I decided to go ahead and spring for satellite TV on the aircraft, on EIB-1 in 2001, 9/11, 2001. So got home and was able to turn on television, see, and then able to start reading what all had happened. And they kept showing video of the planes as it became available, hitting the tower. The plane that hit the Pentagon, you couldn't even see it. You just saw a flash and then an explosion. You even at super slow-mo, you couldn't see the plane that hit the Pentagon. But you could certainly see the planes hit the World Trade Center. And then the towers came down. All of that, I'm sure you remember it too. And The next morning, I'm driving into work here, and I'm driving on the Ocean Coast Road. It's the Atlantic Ocean on the left, and it's just after dawn. Couldn't sleep much. Driving in here, this is absolutely beautiful dawn here. Just the kind of day it was up in New York. They're a little warmer, but in terms of blue sky, sunshine, clear, it was a beautiful day. The ocean was calm. I'm driving in, it was serene. I was one of the few driving around, and I remember looking out over the ocean out the car window, driving, and I'm just trying to imagine why anybody would want to do what they did. I know that sounds naive because I know the answer. I mean, when I ask myself questions about why bad people do bad things, I know the answers, and why various people think the way that I know the answers. It's still, however, I have a capacity to be shocked and surprised by it, and just the look of that day, the day after. Down here where we were, there was no indication, no matter where you looked, that anything that had happened in New York had happened, obviously. But you couldn't escape the fact that it did. Pictures in your mind, in my mind, as I'm driving in, looking out over this beautiful sea, the sun coming up. And as details kept pouring in, started learning more and more about who these people were and what happened and how it happened and what could have maybe prevented it. Then all different sets of emotions start taking over. Then in the course of the next few weeks, learned that I knew people who lost people, family members and friends of the World Trade Center. They are still not the same. Marriages broke up because of it. Families were never the same. And I remember every day there's Mayor Giuliani and Bernard Kerik and everybody standing there on TV giving the latest updates, saying we're never going to allow the terrorists to shut this country down and so forth. And I said, I hope that's true. I hope every holiday hope every 9/11 anniversary we don't shut this country down in remembrance, because that's what they tried to do. But I'm watching TV today, and there was something I didn't see. I saw all the memorials. I saw all the people. I saw the prayers. I saw the laying of wreaths. I saw all I didn't see 1 second of videotape of what happened on that day. Not one. I guess it's the powers that be. It's too traumatic. Remember, people can't deal with it even yet, which I think is a grave mistake. I have to take a break. We'll be back and continue in just a minute. America.